What's up, everybody? I'm going to wait for a few more people to tune in, and then we're going to get started. I just want to let you guys know that I believe Bitcoin is bouncing off of a Fibonacci level and is going to be heading back up. We will know soon if it's going to be temporary, but I have purchased a partial amount of my Litecoin and also a partial amount of my Bitcoin, just to let you guys know. Looks like we're reversing. As of right now, we can see a hook on the 15-minute, and I think that we are going to be heading up. I don't know. I don't really know if it's going to be short-term or long-term, but I'm going to show you guys from the history, and also I'm going to be showing you guys from live right now what I'm looking at. And there is relatively a clear reversal. I'm sure some people haven't caught it yet, but that's what I'm looking at, and I think the volume's picking up. I'm going to go to the restroom real quick, and then we're going to get started. So I'm going to wait for a few more people to tune in, and then we will launch off into the charts. Give me one moment, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm going to pull up the screen now. We only have 9 people watching. I know that Jeffrey's Path is sleeping right now, and I know Jeffrey's sleeping right now, and he's not going to catch this reversal, but that just, I guess that happens. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at, and now this is up to, obviously, to your judgment. I've increased positions in Litecoin. I know I put in the call section that I decreased my positions. I didn't sell the entire amount that I bought at that point when I previously said that I bought a bag. I didn't decrease at all, but I did, buy back in just shortly thereafter. So just letting you guys know where my positions are. I did buy into Bitcoin too, Bitcoin and Litecoin. I'm holding all the alts that I have, and I'm going to show you guys the reversal that I'm looking at, and we're also going to look at the historical charts. And I can tell you right now, I don't think anyone has seen this reversal as of yet. I mean, everyone's kind of bearish right now. And I've been watching this since I've gotten home, and I really do think that we are heading up. So, and I could not tell you how confident that I am right now, but I am pretty confident that we are heading up, whether it be short-term or long-term. Tomorrow, I think we will be in the green. So regardless, you should be up on your investment. Even in this private trading group, this is not financial advice, just so that you guys know. This is what I'm personally doing with my funds for profit potential. And I did, like I said, I got into Bitcoin and I got into Litecoin. Not full bags, but, I did definitely get in. I definitely got in. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm going to pop up the chat box so that you guys can talk to me. And if you guys would like to leave this live stream, if you feel like you want to go and buy back your bags, feel free to. You can just listen to me. I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now, Han. I think we are bouncing off of the Fibonacci level right now, one of the Fibonacci levels. So let me show you guys. All right, let me pop this in. How many people do we have watching right now? Joey, I said that I did pick up Bitcoin and I picked up Litecoin. 2 bags, increased positions. I did not fully go in on these positions, but I definitely picked up both of them. Because I've been watching the chart since I got home. I've only been home for a little over probably like an hour and a half. So we saw originally when I told you guys that I got in, we saw Litecoin pumping up a little bit, not Bitcoin. And then we saw, weakness, and I did decrease my bags, and I have increased my holdings on both Litecoin and Bitcoin at the current moment. So let me pop this in for you guys. Jeffrey, I believe, is sleeping right now, so I don't know if he got back in, but I think he thinks that we're going to be going down. Well, he hasn't seen the charts because he's sleeping, but I think half the people that are in this group are sleeping right now, so they're probably not going to catch this. But see, this is how fast things change, guys. This is what do I think about BitShares? I know that BitShares is being delisted from Bittrex, so I don't think that's good for BitShares. I don't have any BitShares. I've never owned BitShares. I don't know if it's on here. Yeah, it's down 9.6%. I believe it's being delisted from Bittrex, which is not good. But I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. We can see it's at 42.33. We'll get to this in a moment. The on-balance volume is increasing steadily. I know we've had just crap volume. It's been really low, which is not a good sign, but it's not a bad sign either. So you have to look at it from both sides. Low volume doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be going down because we have low volume and there's more ability for selling pressure to come in. That means that there's just a lack of volume and there's not really bears pushing down or bulls pushing up. So we've seen that balance for quite a while. I mean, we've seen it since we were at this location right here. It's just been a steady increase, and we totally broke these uptrend lines. And we can see this is the 1 hour, so the MACD confirms upward movement at the moment. And I'm looking at the RSI. We are still moving upwards, although we did break the uptrend lines. And this, I'm personally looking at this at the moment like a typical bear trap. That's how I'm looking at it right now, because there's a lot of trap action right now since we've seen it at this location here, and I'm going to draw it out. So this entire location, all of this has been low volume, but it's been steadily increasing volume, which means that there's been more buying pressure than selling pressure. Now, when it comes to this right here, I'm going to show you guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Big spike on Bitfinex. I didn't see Bitfinex. I'm looking at GDAX right now. I probably should be looking at Bitfinex. I just literally, I got home and I was a little busy and I got on the charts, and now I'm like looking at this and it's like, I am in. I am in. Maybe you guys could get in, maybe at a little bit of a retracement from right now, maybe like a few dollars if you're getting into Bitcoin, maybe a couple, cents for Litecoin, and it's your choice to get in. I have gotten in right now. Not full bags, like I said. So we're going to pull up. I'm going to exit out of the MACD. As you can see, we do have confirmation of upward movement for the time being. And on the RSI, we're still in upward movement. I've been comparing it a lot to this right here. And it's like people either use the historical charts or they don't. And I'm someone that probably uses historical charts more than anything else. That's just how I trade. Everyone trades differently. Everyone has a different tool belt. Even me and Jeffrey trade differently. We do have some of the same indicators, and we're going to look at the Fibonacci level too real quick. We can see a reversal on this Fibonacci level as of right now, looking towards to a bounce. Now, I think this bounce is probably going to lead us to possibly upwards over this level. That's what I'm seeing right now. Now, obviously, there's not enough confirmation. I mean, this is on the 1 hour chart. This is 12 hour right here, but this is on the 1 hour chart that I'm looking at. And then this is the 4 hour chart, and we're going to get to that in a second. But as of right now, I'm comfortable, and gosh, I'm comfortable, and I'm pretty confident that with the positions that I'm getting in on. So I'm looking towards a bounce at this current level right here, this fib level, and we could probably bounce to 45.57, maybe a little higher. And I still see a retracement before we hit a new all-time high. I think that there's going to be some volatility before we break into an all-time high. Now, once we do break into an all-time high, I think that we are going to be, full force ahead. But until that time happens, which obviously we're close to, but not close enough. So I think that there's still going to be a correction before we hit that all-time high. And I think it's going to be anywhere from 4,500 or like 4,550, which was the original target that I had, 4,550 before we saw this retracement, to around 4,650. And I'll show you guys that graph. I actually have it over here, so I'll show you guys in a minute. What is impossible to see? I mean, I don't use TradingView, so I don't have a white background. I use Coinigy. I don't know what you're not able. Is anyone else able to see these lines? I know one person can't see that. I'll change the colors if you need me to, or I'll thicken the lines. Simon says that he thinks that there's something brewing. All right, Morse code saying that I'm good. I mean, if you guys want me to change something up, I don't have a problem changing the colors. But I do see a reversal on this fib level, moving back to the upside. Now, we've seen fake outs, and this is nothing new. I've been trading cryptocurrency since 2015, and with Bitcoin especially, you'll see a lot of bear traps before we actually hit an all-time high. And I'll show you on this right here. Actually, no, I'll show you over here before we go to that. So this would be right here. Hold on. This would be right here, typical bear trap. Now, we would start this off right here, moving to the upside right here, and we fell through. And this wasn't exactly, we'll see right here. I think it was a 13% retracement. No, it was probably like a 7% retracement. And then we moved right back up into the upside. So this was a typical bear trap. It happens all the time. And I've been looking at this level precisely, not even just tonight, but for the past while. I mean, I can't even tell you how long. I've been looking at this for like 3 weeks, this level right here, because I was like comparing it. I love to look at the historical charts, and people do it all the time. Like I said, people have different ways of trading. So I would have compared these two, even though this is obviously past the previous all-time high at this point. I understand that. But what I'm looking at is the pattern that we're following, the precise retracements. Even right here at these levels, we had a trap out, fall down, and then we moved right back up. Now, obviously, it's not going to be the same exact candlesticks. I don't necessarily trade candlesticks. I look at much different things, but so that's what I'm looking at currently. This would be like a perfect relative comparison. I literally posted it on my Twitter probably a week ago, posting the relative comparison. I could probably go to the media tab right here. Let's go over to, so I want to show you guys, I have been looking at that area for just way too long. Let's go to the media, see it, because I don't have it saved. I believe it's over here somewhere. I use this way too much. Let's see if I can find it. Relative comparison. Yes, exactly. So this is what I was looking at, and it looks like it's still following that position. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So if you look right here, this was posted, when was this posted? On September 29th, relative comparison. So right here is what happened, and we retraced. Almost, it was like a 9% retracement, and if we go over here to Bitcoin, that's exactly what happened. From this point right here, I was pointing to this point, we popped off and then retraced pretty big from that pop off, and that's exactly what happened here. I was pointing to, I believe, this location right here as a relative comparison right here, and then we popped off and we had almost a full retracement from that pop off. We can see the candlestick ended above that, but this is 12 hours, so it's not the same. But I've been looking at this area for quite a while, and that would compare to this area right here. Well, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, so I'm going to get back over to the business. If you guys have questions, let me know. Yeah, I guess you would say it's a smaller correction, but I think that we're going to see upside. am pretty comfortable with that. And even if we do see downside, I'm okay with it because I think that if we do go down, it would be a bounce from 4,000 is what I'm thinking. So 4,000 was definitely my ideal location to get fully back in. And I haven't gotten fully back in, so keep that in mind, guys. I've only partially got back in at the moment. So this $4,000 is my go-to area. Now we can see a hook forming right now. You can see a hook forming right now. So I think that we could be moving on to the upside. Whether it's going to be parabolic or not, I couldn't tell you. This is definitely just a relative comparison. This is nothing. What can we predict for altcoins if it does go up? I think that if it does go up, there's going to be altcoins that continue to go up. I think that XRP, Ripple, will probably keep going up if Bitcoin does decide to start breaking out. At least a little bit of some upside potential, maybe a small bull run at least, and I'll be watching it closely tonight by the time I go to bed. But I think XRP will probably continue to go up if Bitcoin does go up, and I think that XEM still needs to wake up. I'm still waiting for XEM to wake up. I'm hodling my XEM, and I think Vertcoin is just looking really solid. It had a double bottom, almost a double bottom, and it continued to move up. So I think that Vertcoin is going to identify a new uptrend line, and then we'll see how high it goes. I think it's going to test the previous high that we saw a few days ago. Another up move on Bitfinex right now. Is that what you're seeing? Yeah, I do think the bulls are playing right now. Getting in. I have orders set too. If we get to a certain level, that I'll get in. But this is definitely, and you can see that we had the head and shoulders formation. You guys can see that we had a head and shoulders formation right there. I'm going to change that color real quick to green. We had a head and shoulders formation, and it looks like we are moving right back up. Now, head and shoulders formations, any indicator never always pans out exactly indirectly. I think that not always every head and shoulders pans out to be correct. Head and shoulders is definitely a pattern to follow because it seems to be pretty accurate most of the time for cryptocurrencies. An inverse head and shoulders completed with the neckline breaking would be pretty definite to see upward movement, and then a regular head and shoulders we would see downward movement, but that's not the case right now. And you can see this right here also looked almost like a head and shoulders, almost. So and I've been looking at this for just over a week, so I'm thinking we're going to see upward movement. Yeah, the head and shoulders was invalidated. Right here, you can see that. Let me see. Well, actually, it wasn't invalidated. It is invalidated as of now, but the neckline was finished for the head and shoulders. So it looks like we didn't see a lot of downside for the head and shoulders. And it looks like we are breaking to the upside. So as of right now, it is invalidated. As of right now. I don't think Jeffrey's sleeping, so he can't come on and do a live stream. We have different time zones. So let me see if we can look at something here. So I can see we're seeing a little bit of a bounce right now on this fib level. And I think that next stop could be at this level right here at 45.53, anywhere from 45.53 to 46.50 are the levels that I'm looking at. Now, like I said, people haven't even caught this yet, I don't believe. Maybe some people, but I'm definitely getting in. We're already at 42.33. So just giving you guys an alert. I'm glad you guys are tuning in because this is crypto never sleeps. Yeah, crypto's a 24-hour game. I mean, I barely get sleep because I'm trading cryptocurrencies. Now, Litecoin, on the other hand, well, let's look at this. I'm going to show you guys here. The on-balance volume is steadily increasing. We have low volume, though. Even with XRP, if we pulled up XRP, look at what XRP did today. Look what XRP did today. And the on-balance volume was low. It was actually descending. And XRP is up, what, 15% today? So different indicators, not every indicator is going to be precise. You know, TA is a 50-50 game, guys, and you guys are going to learn that once you start doing the courses. It's never 100% accurate, although my accuracy has been better than 50%. Some people have a 51% accuracy. Everyone's different. So, but yeah, the on-balance volume is steadily increasing. On the MACD, we're still heading down, but I'm expecting for it to loop up and hook up to the upside. And the RSI, looking at this historical chart pattern right here, I think that we're going to be moving back up here. And you can see that when we fell into the oversold side right here, which is where we saw that dip off, we started to move back up, and then we saw this area right here, which would equate to this, in my personal opinion, although that's testing the all-time high, which we have not done yet. It is testing this level right here, which is pretty precise to that. But we can see the upward movement, and I think that obviously we can see a bounce starting with the RSI, a little bit of a divergence. And here's the downside. You can see it's painted out in the red, moving to the upside, and I would equate this to that, and I would equate this to that. So I think that we're still going to be booming out to the overbought side right from here, which would bring us to possibly testing the all-time highs. So I'm really glad that I got to come in and tell you guys this, because I'm thankful that I'm partnering with Jeffrey, because Jeffrey would be sleeping right now. He wouldn't be in this. Look, it's already at 42.36. So if you guys haven't got in, make your own judgment. Of course, I'm not a legal financial advisor, but I have definitely got into positions, and I do have buy orders actually above the position that I've already bought in at. And it's all about risk management. Like I said, guys, it's profit potential. I'm looking at increasing my profits and being on the safe side. So, of course, we called this dip. We moved to the downside, and now I'm looking at a divergence onto the upside. And I still think, like I said, that we're going to be retracing before we break into an all-time high. I really do think that, because once we break into an all-time high, it's going to be like super duper parabolic to the upside. So if that happens, I mean, that's awesome, but we'll have to watch it day by day to see what happens. I think that it's going to become parabolic shortly. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting something to play out in the sense of something like this. Let me show you guys on the paint tool. I want to look at that as what I expect, but almost like if that were to happen from a parabolic move from the point that we're at right now, we would be breaking into a new all-time high. So we would have to watch that closely, but I'm glad that we were able to catch this divergence, and I am excited, very excited. And I'll show you guys Litecoin real quick. Risk managing my sleep pattern. But how many people do we have watching right now from the group? Let me see. We have 17 people watching right now. Make sure to smash that like button. I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing. No problem, Simon. Thank you for tuning in. You guys don't have to smash. You can smash the dislike button. This is a private live stream. So, so Litecoin. Let's look at Litecoin real quick. Now, I did have my 39-day forecast. For people that have been following me when I originally made this forecast, I was precisely following this historical chart pattern, and I said that even though we have met it at this area, still on the downside, I think that it would be extended probably around less than a week or less than 10 days. We can already see that we're booming up to the upside. I did talk about in a public live stream on my channel that we would probably hit around the $52 to $50 level before moving back to the upside. So I know people are thinking that it's a risky move to get in because we're seeing lower highs, but I'm doing what I know to do personally, so I got back in partially. So I do think that we're going to be testing the highs for Litecoin, but for us, in order for us to test the highs, I believe that Bitcoin would probably have to be breaking out into a new all-time high, and we'll see how significant that new all-time high is. But simply put, we are obviously bouncing off the fib level right now, and we'll see if we break through this level here. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. Let's see if we can, let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, I already told you guys that I've been following this pattern precisely. Invalidated head and shoulders. Yeah, so this is basically just mapping out. If you see the blue circles, that's mapping out the areas that I'm following. And I think that we're going to see this right here. If we can make this in a blue marker, purple marker. Gosh, that was really bad. That was bad. Oh, that's even worse. Right there. Gosh, darn it. Let's see if we can make this. What color should we make this? I don't know. Let's make it white. So that's what I'm expecting, is a move to the upside right there. So that's what I'm expecting. And when we do make that move to the upside, like I said, if we're following this precisely, I think we're going to see a retracement before an all-time high, which would bring Litecoin back to like probably $60. I'm not exactly sure at the moment. I can't be that precise, but this is what I'm looking at. And yeah, guys, and let's go check out Ripple and Vertcoin real quick. Also, this is if Bitcoin makes a sudden upper movement, wouldn't the altcoins go down? Yes, to an extent. There's some altcoins that will follow Bitcoin precisely, maybe even outperform Bitcoin on a run up. And I think that's personally the case with Ripple. I haven't even looked at it just yet, but I think that would be the case for like Ripple or an XDM. I think they're playing with the bottom side right now. So I think that Ripple should be moving to the upside. It already has, but I'm looking at a test of the all-time high for Ripple personally. So let me pop this in. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's moving heavy. This is the one-day chart. Clear breakout, very clear breakout. You guys can see that right there. So I'm looking at a test a lot higher than I anticipated. Now, the first level that I'm looking at for XRP or Ripple, this is insane how fast it's growing. I didn't even know it was at this level by now. That's just crazy, guys. I'm so happy that we're in that trade. I'm glad. I mean, I got in at 57 or 47 Satoshis, literally at the bottom. I hope you guys got into that trade too. When I told you guys, I think it was yesterday. So we can also, so I think we're going to be testing either this high right here, or we're going to slam through it. Now, once we get close to it, we'll better be able to know. But these are pretty thick candlesticks on the one-day chart, so this is pretty rapid movement. Now, I'm also comparing this to this now. Once I saw it, I told you guys, or even on a regular live stream, I didn't even see that. Following the chart pattern, this almost looks precise. And we're seeing some pretty thick candlesticks on the one day. So we could very much continue going up and testing the all-time high. That's definitely in play, guys, which would be really cool. That would be awesome, but that's definitely an outstretch right now. I'm thinking that we will probably be testing, as of right now, specific to the candlesticks alone, I think we're going to be testing upwards of like 59 Satoshis, and then possibly testing the all-time high. It depends. Now, at this direct location right here, when Ripple took on an all-time high, this is another thing to point to. When Ripple took on this all-time high, Bitcoin was also taking on a new all-time high. Now that's also, all of this is pointing to the fact that I really do think Bitcoin is going to move up to the upside. How high I couldn't tell you, but I think Ripple is going to rally with Bitcoin on this run up. Especially even now looking at this too, it looks pretty damn identical. So there's a lot. I'm hodling Ripple, Vertcoin, man. I mean, I'm hodling my Vertcoin. I have no plans in trading it. I don't know how many of you guys look at that. That's just incredible. Vertcoin is just unleashed. But look at the all-time high for Vertcoin. Oh gosh, don't tell me my computer's gonna freeze up. Look at the all-time high for Vertcoin. I mean, look at this. This is insane. The sky is the limit for Vertcoin, especially atomic swaps coming out soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we're at this level by the end of the year. And I'm telling you that because I really do think that. And we can see a total trip to the upside right here. I mean, look at this right here. Vertcoin's waking up and has no plans of going back to sleep anytime soon. So I think Vertcoin is going to test. Actually, to be honest, I don't even think it's going to test this high right here. right here. Let me show you right here. I don't think it's going to test that high. I think it's going to break through it. And I think it's going to go up to like here, like 51,000 Satoshis. Not maybe a little more than, a little less than that. But we're seeing some ladder steps, some ladder movement for Vertcoin right here. You can see that. And then you can see this. So after a consolidative period, we move to the upside, and Vertcoin's breaking out pretty heavily right now. Totally broke out of the wedge immensely. So I think it will probably not even test this, maybe test it shortly, and then it'll break out into another high. Probably like, I want to say 44 sats right here. So I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon, personally. And I bought it at 40 cents, so I'm not too worried. I don't know when you guys bought it. But yeah, guys, so that's what I'm looking at for Vertcoin. I think it's either going to test here or break through and small tests and move to the upside to like 45K sats. That's crazy. And I think we're eventually probably going to be ending up at this level at probably maybe by the end of the year, maybe past that, which is 182,000 Satoshis. And we're only at what, 28,000. So there's a lot of upside potential for Vertcoin, guys. XCM's still sleeping, I think. I don't know. I'm hodling it. I don't even have stop losses set for XCM at the moment. It's at 51.35, so it actually is moving down a little bit. But I think right here, I think we're expecting a bounce. Personally, what I'm seeing is we're going to see a bounce at possibly this level right here, which is a previous low. And then I move to the upside. But I'm hodling it. If it does fall below, let's say 55,034 Satoshis, significantly falls below that, I'll sell. I'll sell, no problem. Total risk management right there. But until it breaks through 55,034 Satoshis, I'm hodling it. So I think that there's a lot of upside for XEM, especially from everything that I pointed out. But let's go. Which would I recommend to enter right now? Well, I mean, I already called these coins when they were at the bottom, so I don't know if you didn't see that call. You're holding some XEM right now. Did you not get in Ripple? I got in Ripple before I got in XEM. But we can go look. I think XEM, I would hold off on getting XEM until it probably goes around 5,034 Satoshis, but I think once it wakes up, it's going to be waking up, and it's definitely coming close to that point, I believe. Especially those, the events and stuff like that. We'll look at NEO in a second. XRP, on the other hand, let's go look at the 4-hour. Wow, that's incredible. XRP, I would wait until it tests. I would definitely wait until it tests 55,000 Satoshis. Right here, 5,500 Satoshis. I would wait until it tests that, because that could be a turning point. But from the looks of it, you can see right here, there's just incredible buying pressure, incredible buying volume. So I would still personally, I mean, I alerted you guys at 47 sats. I think Jeffrey probably, I think he told me he alerted you guys before that, probably around the same level, 45 to 47 sats, Satoshis, which Satoshis are fractions of Bitcoin, so you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, I would wait until it tests 5,500, and then if it slams right through it, I'd buy. I would chase it personally. But yeah, this is thick, so I think that it most likely, I really do think it could just slam right through that level right here. Not necessarily sure though. Let's look at DOBV. The on-balance volume was actually falling. Look at the swing there. Look at the swing on the 4-hour. Look at it was falling and falling and falling, and I literally talked about it like right here. And then bam, look at the swing to the upside. So probably going to test this level right here at the ending result, maybe even higher, but I think it'll probably rally with Bitcoin on the next run. So that's my end result, 7,000 Satoshis. Look at that. That's incredible. But even not even being the end result, I think that we'll probably retrace a little bit once we hit here, and I think we'll probably be testing the highs. The all-time high is what I think at the moment. So we'll have Jeffrey cover that tomorrow to see if he's on the same page as me. But even Jeffrey said he's long, like long term. So that's what I am too. I got in this trade as a long term trade at 47 sats. So let's see. NEO looks like it's falling right now. Hold on. I still think it's going to catch ground. It might be a double bottom at this level right here, but broke out of the uptrend. And the next support could possibly be at this level right here. Right here. But we would have to wait for confirmation on that. We would definitely have to wait for confirmation on that. Now we have, this kind of looks like Bitcoin. Yeah, so we still have, we're broken out completely right now to the downside. Candlesticks are looking like they don't want to move to the downside, but not necessarily bullish. I guess you'd say neutral. But I think the next support would be at like 691 sats right here. We could bounce at this level, or we could see a double bottom right here, but I think it's going to be 691 sats. We'll have to wait for confirmation since it did break the uptrend. But I think that NEO has large potential as a long-term hold. I know that you guys are really interested in swing trading and trading on the daily, but I don't day trade. I really do swing trade though. So that's my take. Yeah, I would wait on NEO until this level right here, like I just said, 690,000 satoshis, which would be lining up with this area right here, previous resistance. So watch out for that. We'll wait for confirmation. Yeah, guys, we went over basically everything. I'm about to eat dinner, so I'm like a hungry person. Yeah, so Bitcoin is just not stopping at all. No signs of stopping, so I'm glad I'm in that. I really want to buy more, but I'm not gonna. I'm mining it, so. All right, guys, so I'm gonna tune out now. If you guys have questions, let me know on Slack. I hope you guys enjoyed this, got a little bit out of it. I think me and Jeffrey are doing a live stream tomorrow, like an educational live stream, so make sure to tune into that. We'll obviously leave all the videos in the call section if you guys want to watch it. They're always going to be there, the private live stream. So I'm going to be tuning out, guys. Take care.